Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Oh, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News. Let's go. Hey, let's start this show. Let's go, let's go. Oh, let's start this show.
What is going on, crew? What up? What up? What up? What's going on with y'all? Happy Wednesday. It is the last Wednesday of this month. It is December 28th, 2022. 25 degrees here. I know it's cold where you are. We're going to get into some things today. Before I do that, I just want to thank y'all for coming back. Coming back to see me, coming back so we can chit chat about what's going on in the world. You all are some of the best subscribers to have. I really enjoy y'all. So shout out to the crew. Thank y'all for chilling. And if you are new here, welcome. You are, feel free to drop down. Feel free to leave a comment. Your opinion matters here. Nothing is off limits. And if you disagree with the majority of us, say it. Shit, we gonna be like, oh, okay, always feel like you can be yourself over here. I always love to see that. Shout out to my members and my moderators who wasn't here for my live on Monday. I'm gonna repeat a message to you today. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate y'all and my members. We're gonna start some members only games where you all can only win the prize. That's just my way of saying I really, really appreciate y'all for supporting my channel. Do you know that the member support of this channel directly affects me being paid by Google's AdSense for the last 4 to 5 months? It's been directly because of you all being members to my channel. So thank you so much. Please hit that like button if you haven't. If you aren't a subscriber and you just tuning in, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell. And if you want to show me some love, you can always do so by sending a cash app to $ Roman L Jackson. Everything here goes back to the channel. All those wonderful prizes I put back out, me getting fed throughout the day, all of those great things. So I want to thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. Hey crew, what up? What up? Y'all are up. It is 7:39 a.m. Y'all are in the building. Shout out to y'all. Good morning. Good morning. I am, of course, I'm full of energy this morning. I'm feeling good. I had a good yesterday and a good day before that, and I'm praying for a good day today. Before I begin, got a lot of announcements. Don't forget, this is the last week of our holiday giveaway. Don't just stop because Christmas is over with. Not for Roman. Now, here is the thing, and I know y'all gonna get mad at me, but I have to do this. I have to do this. And people who run channels will understand why I do this. And subscribers, you'll understand why I do this. Friday's holiday giveaway prize is only for members. Okay. It's the largest amount, it's $200, and it's for the person who's a member of the channel who can tell me which word they've heard me use throughout this week's show. So we're gonna have a show today, tomorrow, and Friday. You need to drop down. Now I'm not counting anyone who's not a member. This is only for the members. Members, you have a chance to win $200. Okay, I don't know if you're celebrating the holidays or not, but this is your opportunity to get some cash. Go have some drinks on me with your friends, whatever you want to do. But my way of saying thank you before we start our new year. So I hope no one's mad about that. It's always for, the first three were for anyone, but the last one I should have let you all know that well in advance, but it's for our members. So please stay tuned to that. This is my quote of today because I saw it. I think I saw it yesterday or the day before, and I literally screen grabbed it and I said, this is so applicable. So here's the quote of the day and what I want you all to kind of suck the message out of. Okay. So, and you'll notice 3 minutes ago, I literally screenshot it 3 minutes ago when I got the alert. So it says, what you think you become, what you feel you attract, and what you imagine you create. One more time. What you think you become, what you feel you attract, and what you imagine you create. And then I want you to think about the words that we've had so far this week: affirmation, evolution, conviction. And so I really want you all to hone in on what you feel, what you think, and what you imagine. Those are all affirmations. Those are convictions. And those are things that help you evolve as a person, whether it's good or bad. So stay hold to that. I'm really, really sound on that. And that leads us to this week's word, which I hope you all get because I'm going to be using it more than I have been using before. Now, before I start today's show, I want to let you all know I do have a second channel. It's our King Roman News Crime TV channel. I would love for you all to go over there and show me some love. It's where I'm going to be doing some uploads of crime, true crime stories. I'm going to be starting that in the new year. I've actually been working on uploads of some crime stories that I've done so far on the channel that I don't want to get lost because it's lost in a whole entire show. So what you'll find is I'll be uploading them over there, promoting them heavily over there. Now here's the link. If you have not, please go and subscribe. I got 51 subscribers over there. I'm like, I know it's some members of the crew who doesn't even know I have another channel over there. So go and show me some love over there. You'll be shocked when you see the uploads and like, oh wow, he's doing a different thing. Yeah, it's gonna be a different thing, different intro. It's gonna be a strictly upload only channel. I will not be doing lives over there. It's gonna be, like in the same way Lovely T True Crime Story, which is actually where I got it from a year ago. The same way she does her true crime stories, it's uploads of a story. Eventually in the future, I might do lives, but I want this to be my live main stage. In the words of DKL, shout out to DK motherfucking L, who says, I said what the fuck I said. DKL, you are something else. So shout out to all of that. And shout out to you know who you are. Now listen, I've been on this virtual reality Oculus world since I got the Quest 2 Pro. And when I tell you, I first of all had to go get some Dramamine and one of them bands to put around my wrist because I fucking almost had motion sickness. And I was Googling like, what the fuck is this? I was like, is it the weed? What is it? What it is your brain is telling you you're moving, but your body is standing still. Like when you're on a boat. I didn't really know that. So I'm playing a game. I'm feeling like woozy. And it's weird because I'm new. So I'm walking in different scenes, right? Horizons, different worlds. And I'm just talking to myself. I got my TV playing in the background, not knowing everyone hears it. So then finally this this little foreign guy came to me and was like, you mute your stuff in the background. I said, is he talking to me? I'm still saying this shit out loud because I ain't thinking nobody can hear me. Is he talking to me? See, this is the shit I'm talking about. I don't know. Finally, I got the tutorial. Then I went into one room and they had like, it looked like a real ass room, like you could be hiding and shit. And I said, now, see, this is how they know perverts ain't in here. This girl come running up the stairs. Perverts. What are you talking about? And I said, I didn't even know anybody was here. I'm talking about how y'all, this is my second day. I don't know what's going on. So I'm learning. I'm telling you, I done been everywhere. I done been in the International Space Station and I fell, won't be doing that shit no more. That's why I got seasickness. Cause you're literally looking around and it's nothing underneath you. And this Chinese man all up on me fixing shit. And I'm like, does he not know I'm right here? Don't they tell him? So I'm leaning back like, whoa, buddy, done fell over. Eli looking at me like, what? So it's amazing because you can do so much. I was in a Rolls Royce truck the other day. I just wanted to see what it looked like in the back. I went to a concert, John Legend. I sat next to him while he was playing the piano. I was just looking at him like, why are you doing this? I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. They say it's going to take you about, once you get it, it takes you about 4 to 5 days of consistently playing it to get over the motion sickness. So I'm on day 3. I'm just doing it. And I have to stop like every 30 minutes. Because, baby, when I tell you I be around, I be like, oh my God, I got to throw up. And it says for motion sickness, weed is good. But I don't know if it's my kind or what. But this shit is dope. It's so many experiences. And you meet so many people. And it's, oh my God, I dressed my avatar up. I'm like, ugh, I gotta buy me some clothes now. You know who, I see you in your Balenciaga. I saw you. I went to the mirror to try to talk. It's just dope. Thank you for the gift. I couldn't, I didn't know what I didn't know. Now I know what it's given. I say everyone should get them one because you can do so much, experience so much. It's crazy. You can make your own music video. Do you hear me? You can make your own fucking music video, which is what I'm working on. Okay, a music video. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. A lot of my friends were like, "What?" And so when I thought it was like, wow, when they were saying that to me, I'm like, wow, it's really the impact of it. So I really want to let you know, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Um, Once I build up my place and stuff like that, we probably can like have meet, meet on there or whatever. So thank you. And shout out to the crew for being here. Look at y'all filling up the whole space. Good morning, Blue Cartier. Good morning. Thank you for being the first. Is that Alfreda? Hey, Alfreda Boo. Good morning. Alfreda, drop what you're doing today. I know you do different days. So what are you doing today on your channel? Would love to know. Good morning, Brick Girl. Hey, Boo. Winning self. Pastor, what's going on? Good morning to you, sir. Hey, Very Carey. Good morning. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Good morning, Gwen Jones. It's good to see y'all. Hey, Teacher Shawan. Good morning, Teacher Shawan, and happy belated birthday to you. Now, do you want me to sing here or do you want me to like do a different upload? Because I owe you a whole song, and thought you was gonna come around on our Christmas Eve little celebration. But I hope you enjoyed your birthday. I really hope you did. You got out of this cold ass weather. Good morning, Bobby. I am going back to sleep and we'll catch the replay. Thank you, and I appreciate you for dropping down. Shout out to Bobby. Hey, and Renee, good morning. Good morning. Miss Gerald, good morning. Joe, good morning. Where's the other rap one that Duchess is for you? I haven't heard you play it in a while. The first one, do I even still have it is the question. Because y'all know how much stuff you can keep over here. I don't have it over here still. It's probably in my but he working on another one. He's working on another one. 28 in Florida. Oh, baby. Neries. Good morning. Good morning, Jay Parrish. Yes, be safe. Okay. Good morning, Miss Toby. Hey, Rodney, you here listening? Thank you, Rodney. We got to get up this week. Just have a little chit chat. And I want y'all commentary, all my people of the community on this Philadelphia Love Triangle. It's a download story, baby. This is what happens when you want to be a side chick and you don't know what you're playing working with. So we gonna get to this story. Whoever's in Philadelphia, I know you heard this story, but I had to go get details. I'm like, oh, they don't even want to release their names. I'm like, y'all that down with the Lolo? But I'm gonna find out. Thank you, Miss Toby. Thank you. I knew y'all was gonna be sub. Thank you, M. Renee. Thank you. Miles, what up, Miles? Good morning, Miles. Thank you. Wow, not the trees, baby. I'm telling you. What up, Voodoo? I see you. I see you. I'm in bushes and seeing you all in the chat getting mixy. I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on here? City 805 Queen, good morning. Now you're it was so fun. Miss Toby, I'm telling you, it's I think it's the next step. It is the next step of technology, but it's like I was in I was in all other states. And I was just trying to figure out what it looks like everywhere else. Um I got in all kind of cars. Like I wanted to do everything that I wanted to see that I haven't seen in real life. So I did all of that. I was meditating in at a Buddha temple, and this lady was sitting next to me showing me, and I'm like, she's like, she real person. She's like, I'm folding my hands. She's like, no, you gotta. I said, do you see me folded up? I'm like this. I'm like, damn. I started to turn my parameter on because they can make you turn your personal parameter on so people can't get close to you, or you can turn it off. And so the girl was like, you should turn it off. So I turned it off. She all close to me. I said, oh, okay, this is cute. This is cute. It's worth it. I didn't know what I didn't know. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Thank you for birthday greeting. I can respond to you at the time due to crappy. Oh, okay, okay. I hope you had such a good time. I'm not doing anything today on my channel. Okay. All right. Just trying to keep up. Hey, Kings Mina, you got that name back. I see. You got that name back. What was it? 30 days? Nadine Frederick, good morning, babe. Yeah, we will. Yes. Okay. Because I got so much we need to just chit chat about and everything. It'll cover everything. You back. You back. Okay. The name Kurt Vixen. My nephew has Quest and love it. Yes. Lil Wayne bought his son a Quest and he posted pictures online. I'm like, oh, it's about to be lit. You do so much shit. Like, only thing I haven't done was shoot guns yet. I said, I don't want to go there yet. All this anger inside of me. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get into today's show. So much stuff to get into. I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stories for us to get through. We're gonna get through them. Our first half is gonna be this Blizzard 2022. And to recap it, it was a lot of shit that went on during this blizzard. I mean, this was a major blizzard. I remember the blizzard in 2011 back in Chicago when people on Lakeshore Drive were their cars were buried under the cars. But in terms of death, it was nowhere near as what was experienced during this time. So let's get into it. And shout out to the crew, please. If you haven't hit that like button, I'm just trying to. I'm trying to figure out what can I do to help you. Go ahead and give me a little like before we get into the show. All right, so first thing I want to talk about Blizzard. More than 60, actually it was 62 people so far killed during this storm. 62 people. The most came out of Erie County, which is Buffalo area. My sister, like 30 minutes away from Rochester, which drew my attention hugely. And so it killed about 28 people in Buffalo County alone. Now, the first one we're gonna get into is this story. Like these are all 4 stories. These are all crazy stories from what happened in Buffalo. I see y'all subscribing. I get the alerts for that channel. I gotta turn them alerts off. Thank y'all for subscribing. So the first story is this man, right? So he's in Buffalo celebrating his 56th birthday, right, with his family. And I guess apparently that morning on Christmas Eve, he leaves the house. Now, everyone is telling them that it's an emergency storm. You shouldn't leave the house. And listen, this isn't me not feeling bad. This is afterward us talking about the story for us to get a lesson out of it. Okay. I don't want nobody to think I'm feeling bad. I'm talking bad about him. So this man goes out to go to the store. Now he frequents 7-Eleven, and then the family, of course, afterwards come out and say he had mental health issues and he wasn't on his medication. Well, family puts out an alert. They on Facebook looking for him. Somebody happened to be getting footage outside their window, and you see this man is buried, laid down, face down in the snow. Now, this was the first story that I saw when we started talking about deaths. Now, here's the video. You don't see him. It ain't that gruesome, but I want you to see the depth of what's going on here. So here's the video. Here it is. As you can see, there, I can't point to it, but there it go. He's finna zoom in on the body. And that's how this man was found out there. They said it was like -8 fucking degrees with a high ass wind pressure. So he was found out there. Relatives, of course, got a GoFundMe going for this man as well. The second thing that blew me was this Charlotte woman. Now, this Charlotte woman, she went to Buffalo to take care of her father. Her father was on dialysis, and she was there just to take care of him. And so she found herself trapped in her car leaving from work. So she was leaving from work, headed home, and she found herself trapped in a car. And so while she was in her car, she was sending videos and messages to her family back in Charlotte. And they didn't know, they didn't understand the gravity of it. They're like, what are you talking about? You know, Charlotte, North Carolina, they don't know what you're talking about until she sent them her very last video, which was this video here. So sad. Now, that was the last video and the last correspondence the family had with her. And so she said she told her family she was going to just take a nap and then hopefully responders would come. Wrong thing to do. And this is the lesson, and I want to tell you all, when you go to sleep, your body also is still feeling the extremities of the weather. Your body still feels the cold temperature. Your heart can still feel that. You may be in a state, you may go from sleeping to being unconscious, not knowing that your body is reacting to frostbite, being frozen. And that's simply what happened here. Now, her mother is saying that she thinks it's from gas, carbon monoxide, because her car was on and the pipes got clogged up with snow. So the back was coming back in the car. Paramedics and responders, when they broke open the window, they're doing an investigation, but their initial response is saying that it's hypothermia. Either or the case is that it's a sad situation. She had called 911, but and her friends there, and it was hard for everybody to get to them. Every time someone tried to get to her, they got stuck themselves. So she said she was going to eventually get out her car, rest a little bit, and get out and walk to the nearest safe place. And that never happened. Rest in peace to Andell Taylor, and also rest in peace to his name is William Romello Clay. And it's sad because he was celebrating his 56th birthday that day, and she was just 2 days away from her 23rd birthday, literally from her 23rd birthday. Now, this is her father. This is one of the many Buffalo Storm victims, Andell Taylor, who moved there to be with her diabetic father. Her dad said on days he'd leave for dialysis, she'd rub his legs and put his socks and shoes on for him. So sad. So sad. Rest in peace to both of them. And I just wanted to put a highlight on these two stories in particular. Sometimes you may know what you should and can't do, and you may know what you should do. And in the instance, the man knew damn well he shouldn't have been going outside. And family who are now responding to the story, you know, the son, I'm glad I got to speak to him before the I think it was the sister who realized that he left out the house, you know, oh my God, I'm in a panic. I think now things like this cause the family to put more concern on relatives who may be experiencing this kind of stuff. And this is the lesson for us. You gotta watch everybody during times of extremities. You can't just let him go to, you want to go to the store, we both gonna go. I gotta go with you. Now, of course, they said he's off his medication. The young woman, we don't know how long she was at work, if she could have left early, but I think the safest thing would have been to just stay at your job. Especially in the situation in Buffalo. I know in Chicago when we were going through that storm, I was in my apartment. I mean, they shut down school and everything. Shit, I was in my place chilling. It wasn't a big deal. But in the same time, I knew if I had to go to work or not, I wasn't going. So, you know, I know some of us know this kind of stuff, but clearly we're seeing this. Now, this next story from this storm is some bullshit. So you got this lady in Louisiana. It's 26 degrees out in Louisiana during this time of the story. And so that's cold to them. It's fucking freezing to them. They don't know. I'm sure they're like, God damn, it's cold to them. And so the homeless people started to come around this store and sit around the store because the lady who worked in the store would give them bread and food and stuff. Well, on this apparent day, she just had enough because more homeless people were coming, and it was cold. So they were looking for more shelter. So what do you think she decides to do? Well, she decides to take outside in the cold now, a cold bucket of water and doused the homeless people with it. And not stop there. She was feeling so good about it. She had her boyfriend or some nigga record the video, upload the video to Facebook like, this is what we doing. Don't do this shit. Don't come to our store no more. Like it was all cool. Well, the store owner got wind of it, was pissed because they had just 2 years earlier got sued for $2.5 million because somebody got shot up at their store. So they've been trying to stay out the limelight. And so she go pull this stunt, and the video went viral, and here this hoe gets splashed. So here's her. Louisiana convenience store worker is fired after she uploaded a video of herself hurling a huge bucket of water over homeless woman sitting outside the shop during 26 degrees weather. Now, this is a still from the video of her running out there with the water. I said, you know, you bitches, y'all be feeling yourselves when it's the meek and vulnerable. You would never try that shit with a bitch who can get up and chase your ass back. You wouldn't. But it's the meek, and I would never do that to somebody who's meek and vulnerable. So check this video out, and make sure y'all hit that like button. I appreciate y'all being here.
No, you get out the parking lot. She don't want to leave either.
Move.
Go. Go.
I'm not telling y'all again. Move it. Clean it now. I know she called it. He called it. What the sick of this.
Get it up.
Y'all got my whole store looking like a...
Man, she decorated.
So, you know, the store owner immediately fired her ass, got rid of her, because he didn't want nothing to come back on him. Like I told you, the clip was uploaded by the convenience store worker in question, Casey Young. The shocking incident occurred at the Triple S Food Market on Foster Drive in Baton Rouge on December 26th. Now, here's the shitty part. An employee of the Triple S Food Mart told the news station that Young was known for feeding homeless people in the area and that she just lost her temper on the morning in question. Now, that's the thing. That's like, you can't do that shit. They already are starving during this time frame, so they're going to go to the people who helped them. You just happen to be one, and then you abuse them. I'm glad your ass got fired. Now it needs to be some charges pressed, because this woman could have got hypothermia and died. Now, granted, I know I'm not a business owner. I don't own a store, and I can understand panhandling and shit outside your store you don't want, but not when you invite it. You shouldn't be feeding them if you don't want this to happen. God, I mean, what the fuck? I felt bad for the woman when she threw the bucket of water. I'm like, damn, and she got nobody to advocate for her at all. It's just her and herself. So these are some of the horrible stories that have come out of this situation, when you would think people would be trying to really do good, try to help people out. My nephew has questions. Oh, I saw you in the chat or two as well. Them streets were crazy, baby. Great day, Karen. So many lost their lives in that storm. So sad. It's so sad. She was only 22. Terrible way to die. I can only imagine her just not waking up, or waking up and panicking, because your heart is beating when it can't. You're going to have a whole heart attack. Yeah, it's sad. How ignorant. No, she didn't. She's disgusting as hell. Disgusting. And you never know when your situation can turn and the shoe can be on the other foot and you can be homeless. Exactly. Now, so these were some of the crazy stories. Let me give you one good story that came out of this, and it's from my store, my favorite store. So this woman had her kids in a storm, and it was blizzarding. She's driving down the street in Buffalo, Cheektowaga, Buffalo. That's the county or whatever name. And she says, okay, I'm gonna pull over. We're gonna just go in this grocery store and take shelter. Do you know the grocery store folks was in there taking shelter themselves, and they was holding the door and telling her, no, you can't come in here. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, you can't come in here. What you doing? You can't come in here. And so the lady was like, damn, where we gonna go? So she ended up driving to the next store, which was a Target. Well, Target had shut down, but everybody, they were inviting people, come on in, we'll take you in, we'll take you in. You can come into the store. Baby, Target laid it out for them. And I wanted to go for Target, and I wanted to put this story out here because they didn't have to do shit like this. So the story goes, in a near-death situation, about 30 people left stranded at Target store during a Buffalo blizzard. This is what it looked like outside that Target. Literally, mounds of snow. So can you imagine somebody busting through the door and saying, hey, we need help. You tell them no, you're going to turn them away. So they laid the beds out. They told folks, go ahead, get you a bed, get you some cover, do what you need to do. I mean, kids were all over the store. Families were just taking refuge. And I thought this was great. A great way of just allowing kids to go rummage the store. Man pulled out a recliner. Here's the folks that all just ended up staying in the store during the storm. Look at the black homeless man. Well, he may not be homeless. Let me not say that. But look at the guy. I love this. I would have me and Eli would have been all up in there running around. And this is where I would have been, right at the Starbucks coffee line. So shout out to Target for doing this. Another reason why I'm going up for this for Target, and we haven't talked about it here on the show yet, but Target has committed billions of dollars to Black-owned businesses, so much that it has far surpassed Walmart. So much that Target is the biggest retailer right now that has the most Black-owned products in its store. Believe me if not, look it up. Target Black businesses, and you'll see all the news reports. I wanted to do the story on it a couple of weeks ago, but I just ran out of time of including it. But they are they're holding their mouth to their tongue. It's a lot of, and you'll notice when you go into the store, you'll see a lot of Black-owned products. And they have a whole list on their website dedicated to Black-owned products in their store, and you can buy online. And they're putting their money they're actually helping these stores, these products, from marketing and packaging and conceptualizing to pricing and inventory control. They're doing the whole gamut. So that's why I wanted to go for them. And that's why I shop there. That's why the fuck I go there. So thank you, Target, for doing that. I think that was a great move. And I think you're always helping people out. And they don't ever really speak on a lot of what they're doing. Grand Rising Zaire. Good morning, Angela White. And anybody I forgot. Good morning. Good morning. Isn't it awesome? The best. Baby, I would have been all up in there trying on shit, looking around. Okay, videos. I thought that was a great thing to do. All right. We got so much to get into. I just wanted to glance over that. So now that the storm is over, on Monday, Biden declared it an emergency in the state of New York so that federal agencies can get in and start helping these communities. Not because of the snowstorm, y'all. Y'all think you think federal agencies want to come in to help with the cleanup, and no, honey. It's because they want to protect businesses. Buffalo is being hit hard now and in leading up from the storm with looting. Not only are people looting, they are destroying stores, taking televisions, and I'm saying, how are they doing all this shit in this snowstorm? You got to be fucking creative and clever to be running out of a store with a TV with all this snow, wind chill, snot blowing in your face. You really want a TV that bad? So they're looting, they're stealing cars, vehicles. I mean, so they're now sending a lot of federal agencies into the community to help out, assist with that. I'm like, damn. Over the summer, we got looting because of the riots. In the winter, don't give a fuck. Bitch, they still were like, nah, it ain't right. I don't care who's doing it, black, white. It's not right. Take your ass home. Why are you focused on a TV in the cold? Some of y'all ain't even got electricity. What you gonna plug it up in? The fuck? So that's our blizzard. They're calling this the blizzard of the century. I don't feel like it is because I wasn't as impacted by it, but I can understand. I feel like that February in 2011 in Chicago was a blizzard of the century for me because I was the first time I ever saw snow up this high. That's about everything I wanted to talk about and what went on with this blizzard storm. Baby, it was crazy. And if you were impacted by it, I hope you seek out a lot of the different agencies. So me with being affiliated with grants and stuff like that, I saw a lot of different emails coming out saying that there's a lot of monies being awarded in states to help with reconnaissance efforts as well as recovery efforts. So if you need some information, I always say go to Google and type in, either funding or support dollars for your area and your community if you've been impacted by this. A lot of my friends who are like southern below the belt, well, my friend in Texas, he was telling me how cold, and I said, is it really that cold out there? And he's like, it ain't cold like up north, but it's cold here. These people, when they see their breath, I say, you see your breath? I thought that was shocking. You see your breath in Texas? That's okay, that's cute. Looting. I saw a story of someone breaking into a liquor store. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And happy Kwanzaa. Yes, sir. Happy Kwanzaa to everyone. Happy Kwanzaa. All right, y'all ready to get into the craziness that's been going on? So this first story, and also I'll share their GoFundMe links. If you all want to support them. Everybody who passed away in the winter storm, they all have GoFundMe's, and for the most part, they've all reached their amounts. The Charlotte woman, she had a I think it was a $15,000 GoFundMe. She raised about 26,000. The father found in the snowbank, he had a GoFundMe for about 4,000. He raised about $6,000. So they've all successfully reached their goal. And rest in peace to them, and my condolences to their families. All right, let's get into these other stories. So this first story, I want to talk to you all about this girl. Her name is Demisha Coleman. Now, Demisha Coleman had her car stolen from her a little bit before Christmas. I want to say it was a little bit before Christmas. And honey, she wasn't playing no more games. She wasn't playing no more games. This is coming to us out of Missouri, Missouri. So she and her guy friend, you know how you can track your car with apps. Like I can track my car with my phone app. I can unlock my door, start my car, do the horn, roll windows down from an app in my phone. So I can literally track my car where it's at. So she got her car stolen. She did all the right things. She filed a police report, but no movement had happened. So she took matters into her own hands. So Demisha Coleman, okay, woman killed her suspected carjacker and also shot two innocent bystanders. Now this is the crazy part. So you got Demisha Coleman trying to find her car. She done tracked it. She's trying to find it. So she locates it to a gas station. At that same time, you got this man who is the father of a 11-year-old boy who is sick with the flu. They're calling it the RSV. He said, I'm going to weather the storm, and shout to y'all for 50 in the chat. Thank you, and hit the like button. Thank y'all. He said, I'm going to weather the storm to go to the store to get my child some flu medicine. Now, he first went to like a CVS or Walgreens. They were closed. So he said, let me try the gas station. So he goes to the gas station. At the same time, Demisha Coleman is arriving to this gas station. He gets out to go buy the cough syrup, comes out, sees Demisha Coleman. She's pulling up to where her car is. She pulls out a gun at the dude in her car, shoots at him. The guy who's getting the cough syrup medicine tries to stop her. This is where it goes wrong. He adds himself into this and tries to stop her. She shoots him too. And he dies. And he dies. Get into this. Get into this, y'all. I said, see, this is when two of the wrongs meet each other. She goes from theft victim to suspected killer, trying to be fucking police officer. I'll give y'all my commentary.
Well, tonight, St. Louis police say a woman with no criminal history went from being a crime victim to a suspected killer. The 35-year-old woman confronted a man who she believed stole her car Wednesday night. And now two people, including an innocent bystander, are dead. Our Christina Beyer spoke exclusively with that bystander's family. She tells us what happened.
Every murder victim has a story, and Joseph Farrar's was one of redemption cut short. Joseph Farrar spent most of his 49 years in and out of the penitentiary, battling drug addiction and the crime that comes with it, according to his sister, Michelle Jackson. His last stint ended in October of 2021. He got a job, an apartment, and a car.
We told him that we were proud of him, and we see what you're doing. You look good. You sound good. You know, we're impressed with the way you're living your life now.
He set out Wednesday night to try to find some medicine for his 11-year-old son who had just been diagnosed with the flu. The grocery store was closed, so he came here to this gas station at North Broadway, hoping to find some and to fill up his tank.
That's when it happened. Somebody else's mess killed my brother.
At the same time, police say Demisha Coleman arrived at the gas station after following someone who stole her SUV. Court documents say Coleman and another man can be seen on surveillance video opening the door to the SUV with their guns drawn. A shootout ensued, leaving the 19-year-old man inside the car dead, along with Joseph Farrar. His body was found near a gas pump.
It means a lot that this didn't have anything to do with him.
Another man was found shot in the head at the far end of the gas station and was taken to the hospital. His condition remains unknown. Farrar's family says they forgive Coleman.
I'm not mad with her. I wish that she would have contacted the authorities, but I understand. And I'm just happy that my brother was able to be himself and be the man that he wanted to be.
Now, instead of planning for him to join them for Christmas, they're planning his funeral. Demisha Coleman is now facing 6 charges, including 2 counts of first-degree murder. A judge has ordered she be held without bail. Police urge anyone who is the victim of a crime to call them and not take matters into their own hands. Christine Byers.
Now, that's crazy as hell. I think the saddest thing about it is the man was totally innocent in the whole situation, and this woman could have been innocent herself. She didn't even have to be involved in this. All she had to do was let the police take matters into their own hands. And a lot of times we want to go and get our own shit or be Captain Save the Day. Now you're going to jail. You're going to whole fucking jail over some shit that you didn't even have to go through. And this man has lost his life because you want your fucking car back that you'll never be able to get. And the crazy thing is she faces life in prison over this. From going to not being anything to facing life in prison, you took 2 bodies. You got 2 body counts on a fucking theft of car. And then come to find out, I mean, I'm not trying to shade anybody who got like a Honda or anything like that. But what's up with these people in these fucking Hondas, Hyundais, Tucson? The fuck? Girl, a Hyundai Tucson? I'm not finna be shady or nothing like that, but I'm about to look up the cost of her car. 2014 Hyundai Tucson. Girl, are you fucking kidding me? $9,000 and $9,999. You did that all over that's just retail value. I'm sure you got some shit that's wrong with your car. $9,000 to $10,000. It ain't worth that, bitch. Where you had to go that you couldn't call Uber and wait for your car to be? You couldn't file an insurance claim. Now you're fucked up. So I feel like she's getting exactly what she needs to get. Now, good morning, Bobby. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Damn, in the black. And he black. Yes, he's black. Now, what's up? Good morning. What's up with the name? Is that Factavius Prime? Am I saying it right? Is that a play on like faggots over Factavius? I just want to be clear if it's like that. Just if it's shade, just let me know. Good morning, Linda B. Wow, all over a stolen car. She should have contacted the law, baby. She about to spend the rest of her life in the jailhouse for something she could have called the cops for. Clearly. Damn, that's wild. That's one of the reasons why people don't like offering assistance. I'd be like, nah, get somebody. Baby, I'm not apprehending. I'm not going to, not in that moment. The best thing you can do is go get in your car and call 911, maybe start recording. I'm not getting involved at a gas station at that. You crazy, just senseless. Another episode of Snap, okay? She may not have had a criminal record, but sis look crazy. I like my little Benz, but I don't love it. Okay, over a car. Listen, we all saying the same thing. Wow. People, please be good to each other. My wife passed away unexpectedly Christmas. Life is too short. Have a blessed day. I'm sorry to hear that. Pastor Stephen McNeil, Lennon, this past Christmas, I am so sorry to hear that. Oh my God. I hope everything is okay. I hope I'll be able to just at least give you something to not think about that for the time being. I'm so sorry to hear that. I was thinking the same thing about the insurance. 9,000 traded for 9,000 days in jail. Yeah, we definitely sorry to hear that. I'm totally sorry to hear that. Let me know if there's anything that I could do. Absolutely. And I hope you grieve the best way you know how to. Whew. My TT lost her mother around Christmas time, so I can only imagine. So yeah, Demisha Coleman, done. Now let's move into another done situation. So you know how, well, we don't know how, the crew don't know how. So you have this girl, she's 18 years old. She's dating this 21-year-old dude. And this is on December 20th. Yeah. So she's 18. And shout out to the crew coming in. Good morning to y'all. Hope y'all hit y'all the like button on the way in. It's good to see y'all. So she's 18 years old. She's living with this 21-year-old guy. And so they're whatever. And so they decide that they want to rob a drug dealer. How the fuck an 18-year-old and a 21-year-old come to think that? Well, the 21-year-old says, okay, cool, we're gonna do it. So she, flirting with a dude on Facebook, tells him, come through, I want to buy some weed. He comes through. But what she didn't know was that he came through with his peoples. So she and her boyfriend instantly goes outside to the car as soon as it pulls up, and he pulls out his gun, like cough it over. The dude couldn't even pull out a gun before the guy, his people, loaded a whole case into this man's body. The story don't stop there, though. Story don't stop there. So the people in the car, the drug dealers, they drove off like, what the fuck? What the fuck y'all thought this shit was? What do you think the girlfriend does? Baby, the girlfriend runs outside, gets the guns, clean them up, get her fingerprints off of them, clean herself up, walk off down the street, left that man dead right there. I said, wow. I bet you he never would have imagined that. I bet you he never would have imagined some shit like this going down. But she did, and I was very shocked. Typically, you don't hear this, and that's why I wanted to talk about it, because typically you don't hear where the female's the one who sort of walked away, didn't call 911, didn't do anything. It was the neighbors who called 911, and then they backtracked it. So meet Kariani Brown. Teen girl charged after robbery attempt turns deadly. Would-be victim turns the tables on robbery suspect shooting him. Let's get into this story. Girl whole life changed. From wanting to conspire to steal drugs with her boyfriend to all of a sudden now she robbed him for the guns. That's what they're calling her, a robbery suspect, because she robbed him for the guns. Y'all better be careful.
Most of the time, quiet in this area. On this street here, it's quiet.
Unfortunately, that peace was shattered last week when this jailed teen described being part of a planned holdup that had a deadly ending. The man we spoke with off camera has called Lee Crest Avenue, just off West Range Road, home for several years.
Mm-hmm.
The man we spoke with said after seeing that heavy police presence, he knew instantly things were not going to turn out well. Sadly, he was right. In fact, he knew after seeing blue latex gloves, the kind first responders often wear, coupled with blue flashers, that this was a big deal.
I got out work and I seen blue lights everywhere in the ambulance, and I knew it was some shooting because they said that some glass and stuff was shot out.
But something he did not know is who would end up losing their life. Detectives say Kariani Brown admitted to orchestrating with her boyfriend the robbery of a drug dealer she knew through social media. Brown later described her 21-year-old boyfriend, identified as Jalen Faulkner, as pulling out his gun, but quicker on the trigger was someone inside the car with the drug dealer. Faulkner would be the one shot and killed.
Yeah, and really a lot of drama that go on this street, but every once in a while, every blue moon.
Drama-filled and disturbing are ways of describing what happened, as Brown admitted to leaving her dying boyfriend in the street after first removing the two guns he came with. Days later, Brown was caught, leaving those living nearby praying that peace they're used to will soon return. In Southwest Memphis, Jarita Patterson, WREG, News Channel 3.
And tonight, Brown is facing several charges. The most serious include conspiracy to commit robbery and reckless homicide. She was scheduled to appear in court today, but her case was continued until tomorrow after being transferred to another courtroom. We'll definitely stay on top of that story.
Child. So I instantly was like, I wonder if her walking off so quickly, if she knew the drug dealers and she was this was like a scheme, a conspiracy all together to set her boyfriend up. I just can't imagine an 18-year-old girl. 18, you're 18 the fuck years old. What are you doing? What are you thinking about? What the fuck? Where's the family at? I was trying to find out like where is there any fucking family involved in this situation? I didn't see any fucking family involved at this. It definitely voodoo. It sounds like a setup, a whole fucking setup. Are you kidding me? And he gonna just go out there arbitrarily like you mean your life ain't on the line? What is wrong with this? I'm going to okay, Rodney. Yes, Pastor Stephen. Your family are all in all our prayers. That was here in Memphis. Yes, Joe. What's going on in Memphis? Okay, some of these females are more ruthless than the men. Yes, they will. It will set your ass up when trying to rob someone goes wrong. That's why I say to myself, these new niggas different. That's cold blooded. Sounds like a setup. And you know, for the most part of it, the boyfriend was down with it. It wasn't like he was forced to do it. He was down with it. He was all angst. They was down with it. And no one in a fucking right mind thought that this man was gonna come over here with no heat, that somebody potentially would die. You didn't see her ass go outside. He went outside, got shot. They left instantly. Instantly, she goes and try to steal the two guns. Tries to. She takes they call them robbery. Takes the two guns and flees the scene. She gets caught later because she comes to the neighborhood telling people that who lived over there, obviously whatever house, that it's gonna be peace, and they get her ass right there. Are you slow or stupid? Slow and stupid. Now, if you think that's something, are y'all ready to get into this Philadelphia love triangle story, baby? It's rare that we get a DL story, honey, a down low story, baby. Can we switch over? So let's get into this. So this is coming out to us out of Philadelphia, baby. It says suspect in custody following murder at Center City Hotel on Christmas Day. So here's the ex-boyfriend. His name is Mikel Heredia. Okay, you know they got a lot of that Philly stuff out there. And so on 3 p.m. this past Sunday, he had got word that his ex-boyfriend had booked a room at a hotel at the Sheraton in Philadelphia, and that it was with some other guy. And so he had found this out maybe a couple of days beforehand. And so he had planned to show up when the boyfriend shows up, and he was going to shoot him. And so prior to, he'd been trying to reach out to him and talk to him, but the dude didn't want to talk to him or nothing. He moved on. Again, another situation, he moved on. So the dude said the day in question, he drove over to the hotel. But what happened was that the boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend, was gone. He had smashed and dashed. Whatever happened, he had got out. He was gone already. But guess who was in that room? The nigga that he was fucking. So he opens the door, and the ex-boyfriend shoots exactly right to him, kills him instantly in the room. He leaves the hotel casually, drives back home, and as he's driving back home, he's thinking about what happened. Like, damn, I just shot this innocent dude. It wasn't even him. I meant to get my ex-boyfriend. So he calls the police and tells them and turns himself in. I said an innocent man is killed all because of some fucking relationship. Now, they won't release the victim's name. They won't release the guy who he was in a relationship name. But because this guy was arrested, his name was released. So y'all get into this story. Baby. This is what happens when sometimes you're like maybe the X side piece of some shit and you don't know you are. And so you think everything is on the up and up, but shit.
New details are emerging right now on a deadly shooting inside a Center City hotel on Christmas. A man was killed at the Sheraton on 17th Street yesterday afternoon. Now, investigators say it was all sparked by a complex love triangle. Action News reporter Becca Hendrickson joining us now live outside that hotel in Center City with more on what we know right now. Becca.
Brian, I've just heard from police a suspect has been arrested and facing multiple charges, including murder, for what happened behind me at the Sheraton Hotel. Meanwhile, people staying there are upset because they said the hotel has said nothing about the crime.
We didn't hear anything at all from the hotel, the staff, or anything at all.
Gerard Griffin had been in his room at the Sheraton downtown Philadelphia on the 200 block of 17th Street Christmas Day when the homicide happened around 3 p.m. The only way he found out.
A call from a friend who's actually a police officer checking on me because she heard the call that came through. And so that was it.
Police had found a 37-year-old man inside the hotel was shot in the head. Sources say the killing was the result of a complex love triangle.
And he got up to his room, and got in, and oh man, that's tragic.
Sources say a man had booked a room at the Sheraton to meet up with another person. That man's ex-boyfriend, a 24-year-old who is still his roommate, found out about the hotel room and went there with the intent to kill his ex. When the suspect got to the room, his ex was gone, but the 37-year-old victim was still there. Sources say the suspect shot and killed that man. Police say they did not recover a gun at the scene.
Which means he had to get on the elevator, come down, and so forth and so forth.
Sources say the 24-year-old suspect drove home to Gilbertsville, called police, and turned himself in, confessing to the crime.
I mean, the city's crazy, so I feel like it should be a known thing that something like that's going on. But yeah, now I'm definitely going to pay attention more.
And Brian, the hotel did say in a statement that the safety of its guests is its top priority, and also that staff are working with police to provide all necessary information. Again, the suspect in this fatal charges, including murder. Live in Center, Hendrickson, Action News. Brian.
Back.
Baby, see, the problem here was they were roommates, clearly. And being a roommate with your ex and y'all living this private little life, little situation going on, it's gonna be some shit. I'm sure they've been arguing about this shit already. I'm sure there have been some tussling going on. And this nigga had to be in his height of his emotions if he want to kill you over going to see somebody. Now, the victim, the fact that he continued with it made me believe that either this is somebody he knew you were dating with when y'all were dating or some shit like that. Because for me, if it was just somebody I didn't know, some random, I'm not finna shoot and kill you. But if it's like, oh, you that nigga? Oh, you him? And now this man's life is gone. Right before the holidays. Man is gone over some bullshit. And then I looked at him, I said, yeah, we wouldn't have been dating at all. You got there, you go. He has depressed eyes as well. Them bitches look like they sitting in a whole recession and a repression. Okay? Deflated and down. Okay? Back and stuck. Oh my God. So the man now, he is definitely, let me see, I think he's been arrested, and this 37-year-old has been arrested. They're saying it was a fit of jealousy after the man met up with the defendant's ex-boyfriend at the hotel. Sources say the suspect then drove home. They haven't really said what he's gonna be charged. Oh, he's charged with murder, burglary, and possession of an instrument of a crime. All of this happened on Christmas Day. Are you fucking kidding me? Baby, the girls are wild, honey. The girls are wild. My kind of story. Love a good download story. These folks crazy here. We average one murder a day. I think we're over 300 murders so far. In Memphis, damn, there's no honor among thieves. No, it ain't. He probably thought the dealer would be by himself. They stay setting up dealers, so I imagine a bunch don't go alone at night anymore, especially during the desperate holidays. Now her ass facing time for it. Oh, crazy bitch. Oh, crazy one. Oh, you bending over? He got the I just want to be loved eyes. Child, all of that because of a man. Girl. And I was trying to get a picture of who the nigga was. I wanted to see like, damn, what they doing in Philly? Now I know the first of the month, Philly had them parties. And I went to a couple. But I'm sitting here thinking like, damn, they doing the shit. And they older. We talking about 37-year-old victim. Ex-boyfriend was 24. The boyfriend, they don't know. We ain't got a picture or his name or nothing like that. So I'll stay tuned because I'm curious to know. I'm curious. They keep shit like that on the secret. Now, this next story is definitely mental health. Okay? This is definitely one of mental health. Stature. Nature. Now, and we've seen so many mental health stories. And so this one is really, really sad because it's coming to us out of Florida. So this woman calls 911 and confessed to the stabbing of her 3-year-old daughter to death. So this woman had been living in Florida by herself, no relatives, no family, no nothing. The nearest relative that she had was her father, who lived in New York. So on the day in question, 24-year-old Jaleesa Baxter is her name. On the day in question, she decides that she wanted to take her daughter's life. She had been struggling because there had been no water in the house. She had been down on her finances, back on rent, and things are holiday. And so in my mind, I said she probably just thought going to jail was going to be easier on her life. She had no one but a child, and she probably didn't know what to do with her child. So first thing she tried to do was strangle her child to death, but it didn't work. So then she stabs her child. She stabs her child dies. She then calls 911 while her child is on the floor next to her bleeding with the knife sitting right there. This is why I said it had to be mental health, because I don't think anybody in their right mind could sit there with their child. So she calls 911, tell them what she did. They come, bust the doors down. They see her sitting on the couch with her child right there. And now she's on no bond, going to jail. And I said that's exactly what she wanted. She did all of that to get exactly where she wanted to get. Y'all get into this story. And shout out to the crew if y'all can hit that like button for me if you haven't. Please give me a little love.
Mother behind bars accused of stabbing her own daughter to death.
The tragedy happening just days after Christmas, and police say she confessed to the crime. Local 10 crime specialist Bridget Matter is live in North Miami Beach with the disturbing details. Bridget.
One woman even says she saw the pair just hours before the murder took place. Never something like this could happen. Inside of apartment 311, police found the body of a 3-year-old little girl. She was stabbed multiple times, and the suspected killer, her own mother. 24-year-old Jaleesa Baxter was arrested after investigators say she called police, admitting to the stabbing to dispatch.
She's stabbing your daughter?
It happened at this complex off Northeast 163rd Street in North Miami Beach. The arrest report says when police arrived, the mother was on the couch in a robe, the little girl on the floor with multiple stab wounds. And, quote, the knife was located next to the victim's body. Several neighbors confirmed the Instagram account for the suspect. It includes photos of mother and daughter. We have blurred the victim's face. Court records show there was trouble for the young mother who was served an eviction notice earlier this month. She's now facing aggravated child abuse and first-degree murder charges. Now, if that suspect is convicted of that murder charge, she faces up to life in prison or possibly even the death penalty. For now, we're live in North Miami Beach. Bridget Matter, Local 10 News.
So here's the thing, the craziest thing to me is this. Several neighbors at the apartment complex told the station that Baxter had been going through a hard time financially and recently had her water shut off. And it's crazy because a lot of times in the work that I do on the side, you come across people who are down and out with a lot of different things, and they don't know that there's resources out here to help you and support you. There is tons of resources out here. There's a lot of free money out here that people don't know that they have access to just because of their circumstances. It's just you have to be. It takes a level of being proactive and then being in the right place at the right time. And it's so unfortunate that things get to this situation where you got a whole mother who I feel in my mind, and I'm convicted that this lady really felt like this was her only other option, was to take her daughter's life for me to get out of the situation. I don't have to worry about rent. I don't have to worry about a baby needing to be fed. I don't have to worry about any of that. But what she will have to worry about in jail is guilt. That guilt is going to ride the fuck out of you, lady. You took your own child's life. They better put her on suicide watch. I'm telling you this now, and I'm being dead ass serious. It should never take this kind of situation because you are financially down and out and your water is off. First of all, I thought water don't get shut off no more. They shutting people water off. Like, there's places where water is free. I live in a unit where water is free. I don't even have to pay for water. I'm just so shocked at these downtrodden communities, where it's low income, where dollars should be pumped into. You don't have water. Water should be a right. It's free. You should have water. I mean, that shit is crazy to me. This is her baby. This is the baby. Rest in peace, girl. Rest in peace. That shit got to me. It really shouldn't take all of this for now everyone wants to reach out and offer condolences and support. No, I don't want to be here to offer it to you. I want to be while you alive to tell you that, girl, it didn't take this into anybody else facing this kind of shit. Seriously, you really got to understand there's so many resources you don't even know. They got it to the point where you can text to get resources. You can text numbers now and they'll reply with options. Hey, here. Shit, I used to work the suicide line, the prevention line. It was only because it was court ordered. It was one of my community service options. I had to do one of those. You literally download the app on your phone. You hook it up to your headset. And they give you a script. And after your training hours are completed, you literally walk through. It's so many resources, and people sometimes people just want a person to talk to. Listen. So it sucks that it got to this point. And my condolences to her. And again, it's not an embarrassing thing. Like, I'm sure she felt embarrassed. I'm sure she felt bad that she was, getting evicted. I know it's embarrassing. It may be embarrassing, but girl, people go through it. You'd be shocked how many people don't got evictions that, should I be shocked too? But you be shocked because it happens to the best of people. That's what I'm saying. Emergency services, they have so much available for houseless women with kids. We got a homeless shelter on Charles Street, right down the motherfucking street. Every day it's a line to the point where they set tents up down the street. They got whole tents set up. And they stay there. They're there and they provide services. I drop clothes off, even though it's a women's shelter. They can take some of the pants and shit. It's the closest place to me, so I drop some stuff off there too. Please hit that like button. I have mental health issues, but I wouldn't dare think of stabbing or killing my children in order to get over it or get out of trouble. Why don't these people just take their self? I wasn't expecting you to say that, Zaire. Damn it. I wouldn't have read it like that. I thought you was going to say, why don't these people just get help? Just take their self? Oh, God. Good morning, Jernay. Good morning. So sad. That's so unfortunate. She could have at least taken a child of protective services as she couldn't care for her. Baby, it was a story I was going to bring to y'all. The man left his daughter on a porch in 7 degrees weather during this time, and she died. I said, I can only do so much in a blizzard. It's too much. He forgot. He was drunk in the house, forgot the daughter was on the porch in the stroller. How? The fuck? So, yeah, I couldn't do that. Rental properties are quite often owned by people who have no investment emotionally in the community, in the property it is in. If you have a phone, you can get help, period. That's it. There's no way around it. Yeah, that's it. If you have a phone, you can get help. You think maybe she intended to end her own life as well, but chickened out. 6 girl, that's a good ass point. That's a great point. I am a psychotherapist at a psychiatric hospital, and this is common. It's so sad. Lord have mercy. People do not need children. People do not need children. Speaking of what people do not need, and some people don't need to be in relationships, okay? Let's move on. Now, before I start this topic, let me let y'all know this is the last topic of today's show. And it is a very, very, very triggering topic. This is what I mean when you have to be very careful about who you get yourself involved with. Not during the relationship, but you need to do a lot of this shit before you even get to the point where you're involved. So we got this man, Carlos Lamont Johnson. Okay, a Florida man who shot his ex-girlfriend 15 times in the back because she refused to answer his phone calls and texts. Let's get into this shit. So let me break this down to you. So they had been dating. Him and the girl had been dating. And they got into a really bad argument. And so she ended it. And this was like 3 weeks prior to her death. Her death was on Tuesday, December 20th, last week. And so she had broke it off. And when she broke it off, she cut all communication off. No calls, no nothing, no meetups. And so over these 2 weeks, he had been calling her, harassing her, texting her, all kind of shit. She hadn't been responding. Now, she lived with her father, right? She lived with her father, and her father had bared witness to all of this, the harassing text messages, the phone calls, the stalking. And so I kept asking myself, no, the father didn't. The father lived with the daughter, saw the daughter getting all of this stuff, and neither one of them decided that it was best for us to get a restraining order. One. Okay, whatever. So she was going to work on Tuesday, and he knows that she has to be there by 8 a.m. So he decided to come to her house, park his car behind her car at 7:30 a.m. Now, she didn't know this. So, she hugged her daddy bye. I'm about to go. He's on the couch. She leaves to walk towards her car. Now, at this point, she sees him. And so she continues to walk towards her car. And then he starts talking and they get into an argument. So she turns around to go back to her unit. At this point, her father hears the argument and looks out the window to see what's going on. This is the moment. This is the critical moment right here, because she's still alive at this moment as her father turns to look over the window. And he then decides to come downstairs. By this point, the man shoots the girl 15 times. He said he loaded his whole fucking magazine into her. And he had said to the police that he woke up that day because she hadn't responded to him, that he wanted to take her life and kill her. So he waited. And so the father comes down. Now he sees his daughter in all this blood, calls the police. Police come, show up on the scene, sees all of this. They track him down. He gets arrested. And as he's confessing, he tells them, yeah, I wanted to do it. As he's driving, he's throwing weapons out the window. He's doing all of this stuff. And I'm shocked at how many things along the way could have helped had this girl alive to this day, to this fucking day. Not to mention the man had his own fucking rap sheet. This is what I mean. It's cute to want to date the thugs and date trade and get with the hard niggas. That's cute. But I'm telling you, you don't understand what it looks like on the other side. And I'm not saying she dated him for a thug and all. I'm just saying that from what the optics of this looks like. You don't know what these niggas do. And you don't know what some of these hood hoes do. Clearly, she's setting up the 18-year-old woman setting up her boyfriend. So you got to be very careful about the optics of who you're trying to be with. Even I learned trade early in the game. Niggas stole my phone, came in my place. After whatever, I'm walk to the door, gone. You instantly go to your phone. I go to my phone, don't see my phone. I'm like, wait, where? So I go to all my spots, don't find my phone. Thank God I got a tablet. I go find it. I see it walking away from my house. Like, wow. You never know anyone's fucking intention. And now, because of this, she's gone. Y'all get into this. This occurred in Melbourne. Fucking crazy ass people. People don't belong to you. No one owes anyone any fucking thing. I hate when people do. I hate when I see this shit. These domestic violence fucking stories.
Developing at 4, a young woman is dead and her ex-boyfriend is accused of killing her. The situation unfolded early this morning in Brevard County.
West 2's Scott Heidler is live from the scene in Melbourne with brand new details tonight. So, Scott, what did you learn?
Well, Melbourne police just have identified the 23-year-old victim, and the suspect, her boyfriend, turned himself in to authorities just a little bit ago. The victim, Shadayla Johnson, was found shot several times this morning after police were called in just before 8 a.m. to this house on Colbert Circle. Fire rescue immediately performed life-saving measures on arrival, but Johnson did not survive. Melbourne police confirming that her ex-boyfriend, Carlos Jones, who was initially a person of interest, turned himself in at 10:30 this morning to the Palm Bay Police Department. He was arrested by Melbourne police, charged with premeditated first-degree murder. Jones is also 23 years old. We spoke with a woman who said she's Johnson's aunt, saying that she was well supported here in the community.
Yeah, she was loved dearly. Beautiful soul, beautiful young lady. And this has been very tragic. I just can't say no more, sir.
Detectives and crime scene investigators focused on this vehicle soon after being called in, and CSI removed bags of evidence from the scene to determine what led up to the shooting. Melbourne police tell us that this is still an active investigation, and if anyone has any information, to contact them right away. Reporting live in Melbourne, Scott Heidler, West 2 News.
Now, y'all, let's get into this little crazy motherfucker, because I'm not done with his ass. So here's his confession. A man reportedly confessed to police that he shot his ex-girlfriend 15 times in the back because she refused to answer his phone calls and texts since ending their relationship. Let me go on record as saying this. This is to everybody, friends, family. No one owes you a response or any fucking thing. Okay, and I mean that. No one owes you anything. People can respectfully and willfully respond to you, but no one owes anyone any fucking thing unless they're your child. That's when there's something owed to you. Other than that, I wish a bitch would. In my own relationships, if I don't respond to you, I don't respond to you. But you're not finna off me because I don't respond to you. We can talk about it. And I'm getting ruffled because I've had to deal with the not responding. If I don't respond to you, either I'm doing something. I'll get to you when I can. In this case, she wasn't. It was no fucking relationship. How dare you, nigga? And he goes one step further. Carlos Lamont Jones, 23, allegedly also told police that if he had to do it again, he would have killed not only his former girlfriend, but her father as well. Are you fucking kidding me? This is what I mean. We really got to be careful. Even me. This help me. Oh yeah, Roman, you still really need to be careful who you get involved with. Niggas are crazy. What the fuck you mean you would take out me and my fucking father? We both should have been fearing for our lives while you've been around this whole fucking time chilling. Are you kidding me? Goes one step. Now, this is why I said, now, I'm not putting blame on the dad. I don't want nobody to feel like I'm putting blame on nobody's father. I'm not putting blame on no one. I'm looking at the optics of this situation, and I'm saying what I think would have been the most appropriate thing to have been done. Now, look at this. Johnson and Jones broke up 2 weeks prior to the shooting after they got into a bad argument, the father said. Okay, so the father knew they got into a bad argument. We don't know what was in that argument. It could have been a physical argument. It could have been something. But if it was a bad argument, I think at that point, the father and the daughter should have then put out either a restraining order or got some type of protective order in place. Okay, moving on. So Jones allegedly did not let things go. He kept calling and harassing her to get back with her, but Johnson refused to engage, instead ignoring his calls and texts, the father said. Again, the father has the wherewithal of all of this shit going on. She's dead. She's not telling us none of this shit. The father's telling us this. I'm shocked that he knew all of this was going on. Normally we'd be like, well, damn, where was her parents? Or where was her friends or something? He was in the house. He was there. He was around the situation. I can't imagine. I'm just sitting here thinking like, was this a situation where the daughter was like, nah, father, don't worry about it. Don't get involved. You know, I got it. Don't worry. Because I'm only speaking for me. I'm 35. I ain't got no kids. But if I had a daughter and I was of the age where my daughter lived with me and I'm witnessing this going on with my child, at the point where this shit happened, there would have been a protective order in place. There would have been a custody. There would have been all kinds of things in place. So when shit like this would have occurred, we would have been prepared. It's like sort of now we're piecing the story together. Yeah, he could have still pulled up and shot her at her job. Yeah, all of those things would have been in place. But her job and police, the local authorities would have been notified that, yeah, you got somebody who's violating. He's showing up where he's supposed to be a certain feet away from me. He could have been arrested then. Been in custody now, violating a protective order, been charged. You see what I'm saying? All those small things could have added up to him already have been locked the fuck up where this couldn't have had happened. But it happened. And it sucks because this is a lot of women go through this shit. A lot of men go through this shit. But I'll be honest with you, a lot of people go through this shit, this stalking shit. Calling you mad. What the fuck you mad for? Because she don't want to be with you? And I'm looking at him, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You can't force yourself. You can't force somebody to love you, y'all. You can't force no one to like you. You can't force someone to love you. You can't force someone to respond to you. You can only ask for respect. And and here's another thing. How long has he been going in his life being this destructive, forcing things upon himself, forcing people to like him till he had to learn a lesson this way? Because I can only imagine other girls in his past. I can only imagine if he has kids. I can only imagine. That's what I'm saying. If you don't learn your lesson, dog, we got shit like this. Now the girl's, she's dead. She's gone. Rest in peace, Sadea. Unfortunately, a protective order might not have saved her from this nut. You're right. But what it could have done was all those instances where he was harassing her, calling her, doing all those things, she could have kept reporting that against that protective order, building a case that may have potentially got his ass arrested. And who knows, maybe he might have had warrants or he might have had guns on him that were illegal. And that would have been more charges. He would have been in jail this time. I'm just thinking about what preventative measures we could have done to push him further and further away from her, you know? I believe in getting a custody order and protective order. Are you kidding me? I always do. Nuts. Can't stop. Good morning. We had a man catch an Uber to rob a bank while his wife is dying from cancer. Wow. Wow. I really have nothing to say. That motherfucker would have had a body bag as well, though. I know that. And I mean, Lord bless the fathers, so he's being charged with purpose. He said it was purposeful, premeditated murder. He's going to be arraigned on January 19th of 2023. He's in custody now, no bond, which I'm saying again, all of these things would have been something that would have added up. He would have been in jail. Shit, nigga would have been in jail the first time he popped up at their place. This wasn't the first time. He had been stalking her previously. That's why I said, I wonder if they were like, it'll go away. I feel bad for him. No, stop feeling bad for these niggas. Or stop feeling bad for these hood hoes who be fucking with you. Start putting that shit on them. Because if you don't, it's going to end up differently, violently. And it's sad. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Shadea. I think her name was Shadea Jones. Shadayla Johnson. Rest in peace to Shadayla Johnson. Shout out to the crew. Thank y'all for being here this morning for these short stories. Short amount of stories. Listen, I have time, but I want to end this live. So I might start up another live for us to come chat. But thank y'all for being here. Please hit that like button, share, subscribe, like, comment. Today I'm home. Okay, I'm home, so I got some time. I'm going to be getting at all my comments. I'm going to be in a virtual space. I'm going to try some virtual space out, but I might come back real quick so I can holler at the crew, chit-chat with y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Let me go through what we talked about today so this shit can stick in your heads. So we covered the blizzard and the crazy stories. The Buffalo man found frozen in the winter, dead smack in the winter. Now, his claim was that he was off his medication, but somehow stumbled out the house with the family in the house. Andell Taylor, she was found in her car after 18 hours of being trapped during the blizzard. She was leaving work, trying to drive home. Lesson here next time, do not leave your job if you're in a blizzard, honestly. We have to take the lesson out of these stories. Louisiana worker throws a bucket of cold water on a homeless woman outside her store, even after this woman has been feeding these homeless people. Now her ass has been fired, and I hope somebody throw a bucket of water on her. Fuck wrong with you, bitch? People got rights. What is wrong with people? I wish a bitch would. See, regular people don't get people. Do you know if she'd throw some bucket of water, I would have grabbed her by her fucking hair. I would have. I don't really be believing of doing that, but I think spitting on people, getting me wet when I don't want to be wet, like hosing me down and shit, even water guns. I hated that shit in college. If I don't want to be wet, don't wet me up. It's just a violation. It's a violation. We'd have been, yeah. So again, fuck her. Target. Shout out to Target for supporting people during the blizzard. They allow people to come inside during this whole storm. And so people were able to, pull out some of the beds, play with some of the toys. Here's a shot of those folks in the store. You even see a Delta. Shout out to the Deltas. We also talked about Demisha Coleman, who was trying to track down her car that was stolen And in the process, she shoots the guy that steals her car and a bystander who was going to the store to pick up cold medicine for his son. We talked about Karyani Brown, where her and her boyfriend concocted a robbery, but instead her boyfriend gets shot. She walks off with his guns. Wow. We talked about the ex-boyfriend who showed up at the hotel where his boyfriend, his ex-boyfriend, was there with another dude, and his boyfriend left, and he ends up coming in and shooting the guy that was there. And so now he's been arrested. The guy's dead. And thank you. The guy is dead. We talked about the woman who stabbed her baby to death and left the baby sitting next to her. That was so sad. Here's the woman and her baby, and clearly this is a mental health situation. And again, I just want to remind people there are so many resources out there available to you. You just got to know that it is. It's almost a resource for every fucking thing. You know, whatever you're going through, you type that shit in, it's a resource for it. So remember that, even when you're struggling and down and out. Thank you. And then we finally closed on Carlos Lamont Jr., the man who shot his ex-girlfriend 15 times in the back because she refused to answer his phone calls and text messages. And the story here is, I always tell people, you got to figure out who you date and know who you date. I pull tricks and shit, try shit. You might want to pull a motherfucker fluff just to see how mad they get. You have to try shit because you don't want to end up in a situation where you lose your life because you didn't know how crazy someone was or someone you were dating. So shout out to the crew and thank y'all for being here with me. But honestly, King, law enforcement don't or won't do anything until it gets to this. Paperwork never saves our women. And that's a damn shame. Barry Carey, baby. You too, Journey. Have a great day. Thank you, M. Renee. Thank you. Thank you. Risa. Shout out to Risa. Risa, you gotta drop your Cash App. I gave Mod some I want you all to go out to eat on my behalf. That's my way of saying when I eat, you all eat. So I feel like our channel has been growing and we've been meeting, having new folks come through, and y'all been doing a wonderful job of being moderators. And so I wanted to treat you all out to dinner, but of course I'm not in your area, so I wanted to send you a Cash App. So next time you go out to eat, breakfast, lunch, dinner, I can take your portion. Whether it covers it or not, I just want to make sure that I feed the people. I feed you all. I appreciate y'all's support. I really do. So much stuff y'all could be doing. Y'all be at work right now, but y'all be here tuned in, helping me out. So please drop your Cash App there. Any mod that I didn't get a chance to send any love to, drop your Cash App because I appreciate it. Trust me, I do. It's not easy sticking with every live and then being in the chat and moderating and all that good stuff, but y'all do it. I used to be a moderator too, trust me. You have a good day too. Brick Girl, thank you. You have a good day too. I'm gonna see you in these streets. I'll be waiting for you, even though I don't get notifications. Okay, I'll come live for you. Zaire's gonna be us. Make sure everybody about to bounce. And Renee, Naries, thank you, Naries. And you've been holding it down for a long time, Naries. You've been around now. It's been a minute, faithfully. And y'all don't know it, but Naries damn near touch point every day through a tweet. And I appreciate it so much. Thank you, Teacher Shawan. I'm about to sing to you on this next live, so I hope you come through. Karen, you have a blessed day. Afreda, yes. Thank you, Miss Toby. Yeah, I really do appreciate that. Oh, thank you. Hey, you like the first super chat I probably got this month, and I appreciate it. Thank you, love. I'm getting my lunch today. Going to get good. Thanks again. Okay. Of course. No, thank you. So yeah, y'all drop your Cash App. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out. I'm about to load up another live. Just come shit and chat with y'all. I enjoy chatting. I feel like we get to know each other a little bit more. And all of my, the crew who be in the sky, they seem to drop down. Then it's good to see y'all. All right, y'all. You the hood news reporter? Okay. Yes, you are. You keep me. You definitely. I'll be looking like, what is going on here? All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here. Thank y'all so much for being here. And as always, until next time, crew, until next time. And I hope y'all hit that like button too. Deuces. Good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Let's go, let's go. Ow, let's start this show. King Roman News gonna come right through. Gonna give you that news just like you know he can do. Hot topics in your face, baby. King Roman knows his place, baby. King Roman News.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning.
6:30 a.m. Eastern time, baby. He's gonna come right on time with the news just for you. Celebrity news, politics, and local news just for you. King Roman News. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's go, let's go. Hey, let's start this show. King Roman News, coming just for you. King Roman News, coming just for you. 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. King Roman News, King Roman News. Let's go. Let's start this show. Let's go, let's go.